I'm going to have Scott Buchanan ask a question now. I'm going to unmute him now.
Hi, hello. I don't remember which question you wanted me to ask.
I think you had one about the
I have a lot.
Yes, you did. Employment, because those would be state. And then anything that we can't answer now, just continue putting in the chat, and I will be sending those along to all the elected.
Great, thank you. Well, the unemployment, I have salons in Manhattan and Brooklyn, and I've been in business 30 years, and I employed over 200 people, and I had to let them go, which was very hard. Sorry, I'm still a little bit emotional. And the unemployment, I've been trying to slowly bring back the people. I got my PP money, and it's supposedly running out as starting May 1st. It's clicking, and I'm trying to bring back my management team to help me try to redesign what the new hair salon is going to look like from a perspective of safety, sanitation, and just 50% occupancy rate, and talking with my landlords about that I can't come back if they're not going to negotiate a new lease while this is going on, because I can't operate at 50% and pay, $65,000 a month rent. And, the unemployment, what I'm getting is pushback from people that are minimum wage, some of my front desk staff, some of my interns, that, they want to stay on, it's more beneficial for them to stay on unemployment than come back. So I got a little nervous over that $600 through January because I can't get those people back. I don't have anything to do to get them back. So I'm kind of like lost at work because, like, quite honestly, they are making more money sitting at home. But don't they love their job and don't they love me? So that was my one big question that was a little scary. And the other one was about the, let me just look in here, the liability on the leases is a very interesting thing to understand, because I need some help with how do I talk with the landlords, because I have a landlord in Brooklyn that is just not really being very friendly and wanting me to guarantee that in January I'll be able to start paying him back any leeway he gave me in these last couple of months. And it's like, I'm not going to ever make up the money I lost. And I don't have, so how am I going to be able to promise you something in January when I don't even think I'll be at 100% occupancy like I was? And so that's very frustrating. And there's just so many, I have a million things that are going on in my head because I feel very lost and don't know what to do. I want to bring people back. I want to regroup. I've been doing it for 30 years, but there's just so much things changing. And, I kind of believe that Chase Bank, who did my loan, very nice, wonderful, but I think they're waiting for just to say, okay, we're turning this into a real loan now because you didn't get forgiven. So now and I've gotten over $1 million of PP money. So I'm not talking a little bit of money that I'm taking on, and I just don't know what to do.
Scott, I think this is Andres, president of the chamber. When we get off, we should get together because the chamber, one of the services we've been providing is access to experts, and many of these experts have real estate and legal background, and they can help you navigate or how to phrase a few things and how to actually talk to your real estate with your landlord. So let's touch base offline, and we'll be able to help you with one way or another. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, and then Senator, Assemblywoman, any thoughts on what Scott just mentioned? No. Okay.
She's trying to unmute herself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look, first of all, my heart goes out to you. You obviously been a successful business person for a long time, and this is a terrible shock. I do think one of the things that has concerned me, and we will take it up with the Congress member, we raised it on another call with Congressmember Maloney, is a friend of mine who is an accountant said, and I guess they've gotten PPP money, is that, and they're dealing with businesses that have gotten it, the concern being that the benchmarks for forgiveness are being reviewed by the banks. And the banks wind up, if it's not forgiven, then it's a loan and they make more money. So it's a little bit of the fox and the hen house situation. So we are going to try to work on that. I don't know that, I hear what you're saying about folks who are getting more money from unemployment than working. But I do think that if we reach a point where it's not scary to go out, I do think people do want to go back to work. They want to be with people, and they want to have the opportunity to maybe make a connection and maybe get a different job or whatever. But I think right now the only reason people would be sitting back is that they're scared of being out, and they're not crazy about public transportation yet. So I'm an optimist. I know the chamber has some resources with experts, but there are also some others. Pace University has a business assistance group. So if you want to, give us a shout, talk to the chamber, talk to us. We'll try to connect you to other folks if there's a problem. We, the landlords, are also freaking out.
Absolutely. Some of mine have been very, very nice, but there's just that one. Most of them have been extremely nice. And the only other thing I was just thinking of is, I'm trying to get, if I'm going to reopen, and I'm thinking June 1st, I'm being very optimistic. But I'm trying to plan because I got this money that the clock is ticking. My challenge is if I'm going to bring if I want to bring some of the guest service team members back in to help me, start with the books and the clients, I can't have them leave to come to the salon because they're supposed to stay at home.
Right. Well, we're not sure what the reopening period is going to be. I mean, obviously the governor has made noises about, there are 3 counties upstate. Well, not even counties, they're regions. Finger Lakes, Rochester, Mohawk, the southern tier. It's not where the bulk of the economic activity is, or the density, which is why they're opening. But I also saw today that Albany County, the capital region, is almost on the verge of, and the reopening is slow. You're in a very, personal care may not be the first thing that happens. So, I would be thinking, July 1. And if this bill goes through, you will have a little bit more time on the loan forgiveness side of things. And if we can get a release of personal liability on commercial leases, that will also be helpful.
Thank you.
What person?
Thank you, Assemblywoman.